All right, my name is Jeff, so you'll know me as Sigma. I'm going to go over a few Ivan0135 patterns. Halloween Day, 1979. On, see, Halloween Day, 1979, Kiss appeared on the Tom Snyder, I guess you call it news, talk show. Yeah, that's what you call it, talk show. They appeared live on Tom Snyder's talk show on Halloween night, 1979. Earlier that day, I had dressed as Gene Simmons. I'd created like a replica of his Dynasty costume that I'd seen wear on stage on September 12th, like a month and a half earlier. So I saw Kiss live in concert at Knoxville Civic Coliseum. Gene Simmons was wearing his Dynasty costume. I created a replica of it between my returning from the concert and costume day, which was held on Halloween Day, 1979 at Harriman High School. So I dressed as Gene wearing the Dynasty costume that's connected me to Gene Simmons from the Dynasty album. On that album, he has a song called Charisma. In the song, Gene kept repeating over and over, "What is my charisma?" Now, charisma means like you're either attractive, you have an attractive skill that people admire, you have a personality that people admire. Charisma means people, there's something extraordinary about you that makes you people like you. So for Gene to keep repeatedly saying, "What is my charisma?" is Gene exhibiting vanity. So when Gene keeps repeatedly asking, "What is my charisma?" he's being vain, and vain is a anagram for Ivan. All right, so on the day I dressed as Gene, another student named Brian dressed as Ace. Yearbook photographer took a picture of me and Brian in the gym or the auditorium, and a newspaper guy took our picture in the gym. So our picture was taken twice. So the photo of me as Gene from the Dynasty album represented vanity, represented me being vain because I would have been singing "What is my charisma?" So I represented vain, which is an anagram for Ivan. Brian wore Ace's makeup, which makes him a metaphorical ace. So I, being dressed as the vain rock star Gene, was a reference to vain, which is an anagram for Ivan. Brian was dressed as Ace, which is ACE, which is 0135. So the photo of me sitting beside Brian translates to Ivan 0135. All right, following a few months after those photos were taken, band Black Sabbath released. I mean, band Black Sabbath released an album called Heaven and Hell. All right, the cover art depicts three angels in heaven. The reason we know these are heavenly angels is because they have bird wings. Usually in artwork, Hell's angels are usually depicted as having black bat wings with like a membrane as opposed to feathers. Heavenly angels are usually depicted as having bird wings. So therefore, we can see from the bird wings that the angels on this cover are angels from heaven. All right, so this one angel's holding some cards. The front card is an ace. All right, so one angel is holding an ace. So the word angel is a reference to a being from heaven. Heaven is HEEVAN. HEE adds up to 18, which is 1 plus 8, which equals 9, which is I. VAN is VAN. Therefore, he, Van, is Ivan. So angel equals heaven, and heaven equals Ivan. The ace that the angel is holding is ACE. A is 01, C is 3, E is 5, which is 0135. Therefore, ace equals 0135. So the angel holding the ace translates to Ivan 0135. All right, the angel, uh, each of the angels are characters from Holy Bibles. Holy Bibles translates to honeybees. Honeybees translates to boils. Or no, honeybees translates to the phrase honeybees fly. Honeybees in turn translates to the name Voiles. Fly is a movie starring Jeff Lynne Goldblum. The name of the movie is not found in Goldblum, but it is found in Jeff Lynne. Therefore, we will discard the Goldblum and keep Jeff Lynne. Therefore, honeybees fly equals Voiles Jeff Lynne. Angel, Jeff Lynne Voiles plus Angel Ace, Ivan0135 equals Jeff Lynne Voiles, Ivan0135. Uh, Price Hill, DMV, Cincinnati, Ohio, March 12th, 1997. March 1997, I was supposed to get a new apartment. I thought I could use my expired driver's license, but they told me at the housing place I had to have a current one. So on March 12th, I walked to the Price Hill DMV, had an ID made. When I had the ID made, I was wearing a t-shirt, White Zombie t-shirt. It had the picture to the right here. This is what was pictured on my t-shirt. All right, on the t-shirt, there were two original members. That would be Sean and Rob, and two unoriginal members, which would be the drummer. This particular drummer is named John, I think. And then the guitar player, Jay. And you'll notice that Jay is wearing a Kiss shirt, and Ace is the member of Kiss closest to the logo. All right. So the original members, if you watch, you can't really tell in this picture, but if you watch White Zombie videos, you'll see that Sean is skinny, like skinnier than the average woman. So therefore, Sean is skinny. Rob can be expanded to Robert. Robert can be shortened to Bob. Therefore, Rob is Bob. Therefore, Sean Rob becomes Skinny Bob. All right, you have drummer and a guitar player. The drummer here is John, but they also had a drummer named Ivan. Therefore, White Zombie drummer equals Ivan. Guitarist has a Kiss shirt. The member closest to the Kiss logo is Ace. Ace is ACE, which is 0135. So the drummer equals Ivan. The guitar player equals 0135. So you get Ivan 0135. So from the band White Zombie, you get from Sean, and from two original members, we get Skinny Bob. From the non-original members, we get Ivan 0135. All right. Okay. I've got a song called Lauren Boebert is Skinny uh, over on Suno. The first follower I have on Suno is the Biologics. The Biologics became my follower right after liking the song Lauren Boebert is Skinny. All right, the Biologics logo is a feline. So you take the feline, it translates to alien. So feline, the Biologics becomes the alien Biologics. Lauren Boebert is Skinny equals Skinny Lauren Boebert. Skinny Lauren Boebert becomes ERET, Skinny Bob Unreal. ER is Rome Medical Center. Rome Medical Center used to use the initials RMC, which is anagram for Mr. C. Mr. C was a Happy Days character played by Tom Bosley, which can be shortened to T Bosley, which is TB Osley. TB adds up to 22V. Osley is anagram for OYES. Therefore, TB Osley becomes Voiles. ET is short for extraterrestrial. Skinny Bob is Skinny Bob. Unreal is an engine used to build worlds inside a game. Therefore, Unreal Eagles built the world inside a game. Therefore, Lauren Boebert is Skinny Eagles 1947 Flying Saucer Extraterrestrial Skinny Bob built the world inside a game. So what this means is extraterrestrial Skinny Bobs, like the ones that were on the 1947 Roswell Flying Saucer, built the world that we are in. We are living in a world that's inside of a game. The ones who maintain and travel through this world is the Skinny Bobs. They don't come from another place in outer space. They come from another dimension. They come from the 7 planes of heaven and the 9 planes of hell. The ones from hell sometimes have more brownish skin. Sometimes some of the ones from hell will have like round bumps on their heads like horns, but they're not horns, they're bumps. like round, like a ball, like under the skin or something. But they would be positioned in similar positions to where like a devil horns would be. But again, they're not horns; they're like little balls, like on the top of the head. All right. Okay, I explain here. Honeybee flew to Donald J. Trump. He caught it in his hand. It was crawling on his hand. Word honeybees translates to Voiles. Fly translates to Jeff Lynne. Ivanka's dad translates to, okay, we take Ivan. Then we take KS. That's adds up to 31, which is 1 and 3. The 1's expanded to 2 digits, and the 3 remains 1 digit. We get 013 from that. The DA adds up to 5. The D equals 4 plus shift is $sign, which represents a dollar bill. On a dollar bill, you see the President of the United States, Washington. Therefore, Ivanka's dad equals Ivan0135, President of the United States, Washington. Donald J. Trump remains Donald J. Trump. Therefore, honeybees fly to Ivanka's dad, Donald J. Trump, translates to Jeff Lynn Voiles, Ivan0135, President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, Washington. Holy Bibles equals honeybees. Okay. Holy Bibles equals Jeff Lynn Voiles. All right. Ozzy had a child named Jack. Ozzy used to be in a band called Earth. Actually, it was Black Sabbath. They were actually called Earth, and they changed their name to Black Sabbath. I think they said there was another band with a similar name they were afraid they were going to get confused with. So Earth actually was Black Sabbath, just with a different name. So, being a child of Ozzy, he was a child of the former singer of Earth. Therefore, Jack is a child of Earth. Jack translates to JAKC. JAKC translates to JL Voiles. Therefore, Jack, child of Ozzy, translates to JL Voiles, child of Earth. So, at the time of the Roswell crash, there was a firefighter who saw the Skinny Bobs. I don't know if he saw the live one or dead one. I think it was a dead one, but this firefighter saw the Skinny Bobs, or either one of them or more than one, and he said it or they looked like a bug called Child of the Earth. It's a bug whose head is actually looks like it's too big for the body. And that would be a way you could also describe Skinny Bobs. Their heads look like they're too big for their body. Ivan 01. Okay, yeah. So here's where I show this again. So Ivan with number 5 becomes Visa. Visa is something that's given to an alien. 0 was a Japanese plane sent on a suicide mission that ended in a fatal crash. 1 translates to TN, which is abbreviation for Tennessee, which is a song by Marcel. Marcel equals Marcel. Marcel is married to Jessica Andrews. Jessica can be shortened to Jessie. Marcel is married to Jessica Andrews, who has a music video called Who I Am. In the video, Jessica touches a photograph, and there's an old home movie of Jessica with the birthday cake. Under it is silver foil, above it is a balloon. Therefore, Marcel equals Jessie Marcel photograph, silver foil balloon. Jessie Marcel was the one who was sent to the Brazel Ranch to look at the wreckage from the crashed flying saucer. He was later ordered to have his photo taken with silver foil and balloon material as part of a cover up. Number 3 translates to 1947 flying saucer. So Ivan 0135 translates to, all right, Ivan and the number 5 translate to alien. 0 translates to suicide mission fatal crash. 1 translates to Jesse Marcel photograph silver foil balloon. 3 translates to 1947 flying saucer. So the alien flying saucer crash, fatal crash of 1947 was a suicide mission. Its purpose was to deliver the extraterrestrial DNA of God to the human race. So all of that information here, you have the alien, suicide mission, fatal crash, Jesse Marcel, cover-up photo with the photograph of the silver foil balloon, and then of course the year of the crash and the word flying saucer. So everything about the Roswell crash is actually contained within the name Ivan0135. All right, so anyway, there's a few things about Ivan 0135 I'd give you. That's it for now, though.